Evaluating a personal injury or auto accident case really comes down to two components. One is liability, and two is damages. Liability is who's at fault and can I prove it? This is a difficult thing to do sometimes because there might be a situation where there isn't any evidence other than the testimony of people about who's at fault. And if one says one is and the other says it isn't, it can be a difficult thing. But sometimes it doesn't matter because it's so apparent what the fault is. And in this case, it doesn't matter who said what. The evidence shows that this person is going to be responsible because they're negligent and there is liability in that case. The second thing that we evaluate is damages. Just because someone's at fault doesn't mean that they owe you anything. You have to be hurt in order to get compensation. And being hurt requires evidence and generally medical treatment. If you have pain, you have some bruising, you have some, a little bit of, gingerly steps for a week or two after an accident, that's generally not going to be something that you can pursue with much practicality. However, if you're injured severely, you have a torn ligament, a broken bone, a back problem that requires injections or a surgery, these are objective injuries that are going to make you hurt for a long time and that are evidenced by lots of doctors. And this is the kind of evidence you need regardless of the severity of your injury. Even if you have a minor injury, you still want it to be documented. That way the insurance companies will take you seriously. And so when we evaluate these claims, we have to do kind of an analysis based on the amount of liability and the amount of damages. And that is what goes into evaluating your claim. And so if you're wondering about, do I have a good case? Do I have a bad case? These are the things that you're going to look at to determine that question.